Good morning. How are you guys doing today on this beautiful Wednesday? You couldn't ask for a better Wednesday morning. It just feels so good. The humidity's low, the birds are singing, the sky's clear, and it's probably 70 out, maybe. It feels so good. Well, I'm going to take a little walkabout. I've got some plants to check on and chickens today, just different stuff. We've got most of the stuff we could get done on the greenhouse, and my husband's got to take the roof off of it, which didn't take long. Me and Seth couldn't do it. It was caulked on there pretty good, so I think my husband's going to help, and then we're going to frame it in, and I'll start documenting that with you guys. Look at my gorgeous hostas this morning. These variegated hostas, they're so beautiful, and they've got an amazing bloom coming. Quite a few of them. So pretty. Alright, so I told y'all I was plant sitting and greenhouse sitting this week, so I'm going to come over here. Find something. Make sure it's not a snake. Alright, so plant sitting and greenhouse sitting this week, so I thought I'd take y'all along if y'all wanted to see the beautiful plants and come over here to admire some of them and see if anything needs to be watered later. And I'm just going to check it out and we'll take a walk through. Alright, so he has a lot of carnivorous plants. These require a lot of water, so I have to do them like every other day. And even their leaves have to be wet. You have to wet all parts of them to keep them moist. They're tropicals. They are very interesting, very pretty. He has a pond, so he has a lot of water plants. And I have these portulaca. I know what they are. Some things I don't know. I might have to look up a few of them. Some beautiful zinnias. I love these. I've had these before. They're like petunias. They're called mini bells. They're smaller, but if you keep them pruned or deadheaded, they will bloom all summer. And they're very colorful. These are gorgeous, and the bees love them. So pretty. Alright, let's see if I can get down in here. Got boots because I don't want any snakes coming out here at me. Seen a few snakes this year. Not my favorite. No, I don't like snakes. Got a bunch of starts growing. These look like little carnivorous plants. I know you all have seen the Venus flytraps. A lot of these little plants will trap insects. They've got real sticky stuff on them or inside of them. Very interesting, very neat. So he's got a fish aquarium, which is something that I want to put in mine as well. For one, I love the sound. I can also utilize this to water some of my plants. Fish fertilizer is really good natural fertilizer for your plants, so that's something I'm going to try as well. And it feels really good in here. It is just a little bit over 70. It's nice and cool. He's got a door open in the front and back, so there's a lot of good ventilation going through here, but he's also got a huge tree over his greenhouse. Mine's going to have a lot of sun, except for the back side, which will have a lot of shade, so I got the best of both worlds, I think. And I ordered the vent fan, so that ought to keep it cool. Some water plants in here. There's all kinds of stuff. I have one of these. This is called a sunset cactus, and if you take it outside in the sun, it turns bright red. It is really pretty. That kind of looks like deal. I'm not sure if it is, though. I don't know all the plants, but I'm learning. huge cactus. Plant overdrive. All kinds of stuff. Oh, so here is a philodendron. I had a philodendron in my basement a couple years ago. I tried to keep it going over the winter in my basement, but I did not have enough light, and I think it was just a little too cool in there. I'm not sure. I definitely think the light was the biggest problem. The leaves kept falling off, so it did really great all the other times of year, but when I brought it in my basement, I have LED grow lights, but I have problems with bigger plants keeping them. I can only keep stuff they can stay directly under the grow light, so the big plants just didn't do well. So hopefully this year I'll be able to get them to do good. Bromeliads. These collect water, and not only that, you can find a lot of frogs in these things. Come over here at night and take a flashlight, you can find tons of frogs. There's something blooming in that one. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so he has a lot of carnivorous plants. I'll have to water these later because they like a lot of water. Even this right here has to have water on it. So, another plant that I have not been able to keep just because I had nowhere to winter over. It likes a lot of humidity, and in my basement that's just not practical. Beautiful hostas. His are blooming too. The blooms are just pretty. I like the light green color of his hostas. I have the variegated ones, but I don't have that color. Kind of glows. It's really pretty. And his zinnias, of course. One of my favorites. Let's check out the pond. I gotta feed the fish too in a little while. Just really cool flower growing in the pond. Really pretty. Got some bamboo. I've actually used bamboo to stake some of my plants and my tomatoes. I think I might grow some of that too, but only in a pot because this stuff can take over. And I don't really want it taking over my entire yard. Venus flytrap. Ouch. This is not one I want to touch. No. That's a really cool bloom, but no thank you. No, I'll keep my distance here. Defense mechanism or something. Check out this hydrangea bush. Beautiful. Love the color. Okay, so I have to water my paddle plant or kalanchoe. I notice on them they start to get a little bit of wrinkling on the leaves. Just after having succulents for a while, I can kind of tell when they need to be watered. I also used my water meter just to see if it had any water in it, and it was dry. And with succulents, you want to do a heavy watering once the soil is bone dry. They like a good watering where it just pours out of the bottom. And the succulents that are in the bigger pots tend to have to be watered less. The ones that are in small pots need to be watered more often just because they dry up quicker in those small pots. So this beautiful Echeveria is getting some blooms. Showed y'all the other day, but slowly starting to emerge. Just gorgeous. She's gonna have a ton of little pink and yellow style blooms. Well, here is the progress. Everything is almost removed, minus the ceiling and probably a few 2x4s. But yep, about a week's time, maybe a little less. Wasn't too bad for me and Seth. We just got to be able to get that roof off. Couldn't do it. We tried. It was on there good. But I ordered a vent fan yesterday after talking to several people on the correct size and style fan that I needed for in here. So that's good. We'll have plenty of ventilation. I ordered a little bit over the size I needed. It's got a setting on it, so we can pull quite a bit of air through here. And you just have to make sure you have a window on the other side to account for the size of fan and the space and everything. And we are going to have that. So repurposing one of my other windows that was in my coupe. And then we're going to have a storm door with a window that can raise up. And that is the plan. Getting very excited about it. Hopefully everything will go well. I'll document it all so you guys can see how it goes.